To stop congressional remapping in Missouri is at a standstill so far on this third day of the special legislative session.
Republicans on one of the committees gave the plan the first approval last night. Hannah Falcon spoke with one Springfield lawmaker who is trying a new tactic.
So it's time for us to stand up, fight back.
Springfield Democrat Jeremy Dean is standing up for his party by sitting in. He and his fellow Democratic House members have not left the Missouri House chamber since 10 a.m. Thursday.
It was definitely a long night.
They tell me they're not going to leave until Republican leadership, namely Speaker John Patterson, recognizes their request for a discussion on the special session bills.
What we want is just acknowledgement.
I just went into Speaker Patterson's office. They tell me he's not even here. Have
Correct.
you heard anything from him?
I have not directly.
Nonpartisan House staff tells me a roll call is not needed for a technical session. Friday's technical session lasted only 5 seconds.
The House will come to order. The House will stand adjourned until 5:30 on September 7th.
Missouri lawmakers are back at the state capitol to discuss new maps and changes to the way the state constitution is amended. The new map would likely send one more Republican to Washington, D.C. by carving up the Kansas City area into new districts.
I think a lot of these districts are actually more competitive.
St. Charles Republican Richard West says the new districts could work in either party's favor.
This is encouraging your public officials to get out and meet you, to talk to you, to work for it.
The Democrats are still demanding attention on the floor and saying this could have serious consequences.
I will likely be stripped of my committees today.
The House is scheduled to return for a technical session Sunday evening, and these Democrats tell me they're prepared to sit in the chamber all weekend. Reporting in Jefferson City, I'm Hannah Falcon, KY3 News.